Is the basketball coach a homosexual lemon manufacturer? It is suspected by Orion in his submarine. Kenneth Koch, he collected poems. I'm David Greenwood, writer, reader, moderately fit person, very fit looking person. I know we're busy, we're very busy here, but I don't think that we should have to decide between reading beautiful literature and having a beautiful physique. So the exercise that we're going to be looking at today is the kettlebell swing. You can see me performing it here on the rooftop in Miami. You might deduce from the color of my skin that I don't actually spend much time in the sun. I live in upstate New York. It's snowing, but last week I was in Miami. It was wonderful. Why do we live here? Because we're people of letters. As such, we get pasty, we get a little bit rotund, especially in the wintertime. And this is a way that you can spend, say, 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes every other day, doing the kettlebell swing. It will really make a difference in terms of, for one thing, the shape of your butt more than anything else, but also the whole so-called posterior chain. You can just imagine what that means, literary as you are. It's good for your cardiovascular system. It's one of the most time-efficient exercises for the whole body. Now, this video is for inspiration rather than instruction. If I can figure out how to do it, I will include links below to people who are really properly qualified to teach you how to do the kettlebell swing. Now, what to listen to while doing this? It's very intense, it's very demanding of the attention. So you want something that is not going to require you to divert your attention consciously, but something that's so wonderfully absorbent that you just can't help listening to it and absorbing it even as you're doing this intense exercise. Inspired by today's reading, I'm going to recommend Dancer from the Dance by Andrew Holleran, also enormously absorbing and extraordinarily well read. Let me acknowledge that most audiobook readers diminish the experience of reading a book by their inept reading of it. However, every now and then there's a reader who's just such a wonderful actor that, whether you like to admit this to yourself or not, they do a better job than you can reading it to yourself. One such person is this fellow, David Pittu, if I'm saying that right, twice nominated for Tony Awards. David Pittu, you deserve to win next time. For your reading of Dancer from the Dance, published in 1978, and about the gay culture in New York City in the 70s. Here's what my former teacher and mentor, Michael Cunningham, has to say about it. The story of youth and beauty and money and drugs, but overarchingly the story of a new queer future. Okay, here's what Harper's has to say about it. An astonishingly beautiful book. The best gay novel written by anyone of our generation. Here's what Rupert Everett, actor and writer, has to say about it. A life-changing read for me, describes a New York that has completely disappeared and for which I longed. Okay, Dancer from the Dance, Andrew Holleran, the kettlebell swing. This is my first video. I don't have an audience, but non-existence is not an excuse for not hitting the subscribe button. Remember that. We have to bring each other into existence. That's how this works. So by all means, hit the subscribe button. Maybe, I've never subscribed to anything. God, why would you? But please do so. You'll get a little ping or something when I put out a new video, assuming I ever do that. And I should remind you, what am I doing watching YouTube at 2 in the morning? I should be reading beautiful literature, or maybe exercising, or maybe doing both at the same time.